The morning sky was painted soft, pink, and gold. Sophie tied her shiny green ribbon once more, humming a happy tune. Her little friend Dyna bounced out of the house with a big grin. Her curly hair bobbed up and down like springs. Her bright dress swished as she hopped down the steps. "Sophie," Dyna called. "Today is the letter G, right?" Sophie giggled. "I think so, but let's wait for Wormy. He always knows for sure." The sidewalk sparkled. Golden lights swirled and twirled. Pop! Wormy appeared with his glowing glasses and twinkling bow tie. "Great news, my friends," he cheered. "Today we go galloping into the world of the letter G." The alphabet walk glowed beneath their feet. The trees stretched tall and grand. Leaves curled into a giant archway. With a blink, they stepped into a brand new world. Welcome to the Great Garden. The air smelled fresh and sweet. Everywhere they looked, green vines and giant flowers stretched tall. Bees buzzed, butterflies danced, and right in front of them, a gleaming golden gate stood wide open. On the top, letters sparkled. G, G, G. "Wow," Sophie whispered. "G is for gate." "G, gate," Dyna repeated proudly. Inside, the great garden was alive with magic. Bright green grass rolled like a carpet. Gigantic giraffes walked slowly, their long necks stretching up, munching on leaves. They bent down politely, nodding their heads. "G is for giraffe," Sophie clapped. "G, giraffe," Dyna echoed, stretching her arms tall like a neck. Next came a soft sound. Ba, A group of gentle goats trotted over. One carried a basket full of glowing green grapes. The goat dropped the basket at Sophie's feet. "Grapes!" Sophie grinned. She popped one into her mouth. Sweet. Fantastic snack," Wormy wiggled. "Can you say it, Dyna?" "Grapes!" Dyna giggled, stuffing one into her mouth. The great garden shimmered brighter. All at once, a family of geese waddled past. "Hunk! Hunk!" they called, flapping their wings. They looked so funny that Dyna laughed until her tummy hurt. "G is for goose," Sophie said. "G goose," Dyna repeated, still giggling. The two friends skipped along the path, Wormy wriggling happily behind them. Soon they came to a glittering gate. It sparkled with tiny lights that glowed in rainbow colors. Inside, little gnomes were busy gardening. One gnome wore a green hat. Another had a golden shovel. They dug the ground, planted seeds, and watered tiny glowing sprouts. "Hello, explorers," the gnomes sang. "Welcome to our great garden. G is for gnome," Sophie whispered excitedly. "G, gnome," Dyna clapped. Suddenly, the ground rumbled. Thump, thump, thump. A gentle giant stepped into view. Not a scary giant, but a smiling, friendly one with rosy cheeks and a golden vest. "Greetings, little friends," the giant boomed kindly. "Would you like to see my great guitar?" He strummed a shiny guitar. It made the whole garden sing. The giraffes swayed. The goats tapped their hooves. The geese flapped in rhythm. "G is for guitar," Sophie declared. "G, guitar!" Dyna shouted, dancing in a circle. The great garden turned into a glowing concert. Fairy lights twinkled. The gnomes clapped. The giant strummed happily. But the adventure wasn't over. "Look," Sophie pointed. A golden glowing path stretched ahead. It was made of sparkling G's, floating like stepping stones. "Let's go," Dyna squealed. Hand in hand, they hopped across. Hop, hop, hop! Wormy wriggled behind, humming a happy tune. The path led to a wide clearing, and in the middle stood a magical surprise. A glittering globe. It floated in the air, spinning gently. Stars sparkled around it. Mountains, rivers, and oceans glowed brightly on its surface. "Wow," Sophie whispered. "G is for globe." The globe spun faster. Suddenly, the glowing letters G rained down like shiny confetti. "Catch one!" Wormy cheered. Sophie stretched her hands. Her G turned into a golden gift box. When she opened it, out popped a shiny gold coin. "Gift!" she shouted happily. Dyna caught a glowing G too. Hers became a glittering garden. It sparkled pink and blue in the sunlight. "Gem!" she squealed. "Jew! Gem!" The great garden hummed louder, as if cheering. The giraffes raised their heads. The goats danced. The geese honked along. The gnomes clapped. The giant strummed his guitar. The whole garden was celebrating the letter G. "Let's say them all together," Sophie said proudly. She held Dyna's hand and called out, "G is for gate, giraffe, goat, grapes, goose, gate, gnome, giant, guitar, globe, gift, and garden." Gate, giraffe, goat, grapes, goose, gate, gnome, giant, guitar, globe, gift, garden, Dyna repeated, her voice sparkling with joy. The garden cheered louder. Goats bleated, geese honked, giraffes clapped their hooves. The gnomes danced in circles. The giant strummed a grand finale. Wormy wriggled in a silly spin. "G is for great," he shouted. "G is for glorious. G is for giggle." But slowly, the great garden began to fade. The glittering gate shimmered away. The glowing globe spun one last time. The giant waved goodbye. The geese waddled off. The goats trotted home. Sophie sighed. "Our adventure is ending." "Don't worry," Wormy said gently. "The alphabet always has more magic waiting." And then, the alphabet walk appeared once again. It glowed beneath their feet, carrying them back to the real world. At the school gate, Lauren was waiting. Her warm smile shone as bright as sunshine. She bent down with open arms. "So, little explorers," she asked, "what's today's letter?" Dyna jumped in a circle. Her curls bounced high. "G. G is for gate, giraffe, goat, grapes, goose, gate, gnome, giant, guitar, globe, gift, and gem." Lauren laughed and kissed her cheek. "That's great, Dyna. Truly great." She hugged both girls tight. Above them, a shimmering golden H floated in the sky. It glowed like a promise, a hint of tomorrow's journey. And Sophie, Dyna, and Wormy could hardly wait.